How many plants are in this space?
A little over 1,100.
So there is a woman named Summer Rain Oaks. Yes, that's her real name, and she has over 1,000 plants in her apartment.
That was my name that my mom gave me, Summer Rain. My last name is Oaks. The only name that I actually got to pick was my middle name, and that's Hyacinth, which is the name of a flower.
We see wildfires taking place around the world, destroying forests and damaging endangered plants. Summer believes that growing some of these plants at home can help save them.
There's ingenious ways to have them in your space. Like I started growing some plants more vertically. You'll see some that are hanging in like hanging pots or from my ceiling.
Okay, so if people want to do this in their houses, where can they start?
I think they can start around their windows because that is one of the places where I congregate a lot of my plants. You'll notice that I have a lot of plants here. One of the handy tips that I've done is double windowsills. And right behind you is like a vertical swing garden. This is an old broom handle. I think realistically, the things that you could grow that you could eat in your apartment would be like microgreens, herbs, small stuff, things that you probably wouldn't be able to completely subsist on. So this is the bedroom, and the light gets really hot. So the type of plants that I'm growing in these windows are succulents. Succulent just means that they use their leaves or stems or roots as water storage. And this is another great tip for people who have limited space. I actually just did these poles hanging up in order to be able to have some more hanging plants and to give a little bit more depthness to the space. So this used to be a closet, but the light that was coming in was just like too good to waste. This is one of the early kind of like vertical gardens, I think, in a home, and so it's like very experimental. This is my biopod, gets its own heat, its own environment. This is completely overgrown. I wanted some semblance of warmth, and one of the things that I really loved was, of course, plants. I grew up with a lot of plants. That's my background is in plants and kind of the environment in general, and you start to develop this deeper sense of responsibility for actually growing that plant. You begin to look at it more than a decor item. You're going to find people who are more attached to their plants and are starting to put way more meaning on them, and I think that's okay.
This is #OurStories. What's yours?